Westdale. You greatly appreciate it. Baker here for three. Knocks it off pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. That's going to get off. Willman with a double and scored. And that's a deep fly ball left field. And it's going to be gone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here live on the WHS Network as we start a brand new year number 10 here on the WHS Network. Thank you all for tuning in here for tonight's 2021 home and season opener here for your Wapahani Raider volleyball team. Again, here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana. We have the Delta Eagles traveling over here to Raider Gymnasium tonight to take on your Wapahani Raiders. Again, here as always, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We hope all of you have had a wonderful Tuesday so far, and a wonderful off season from us, at least last couple months or so since we've been on the air. So it's nice to be back at it again and ready to get another volleyball season underway here tonight. So we'll start off here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So as we had talked about there in our Raider Sports Report of the 2021 Wapahani Volleyball Season Preview show that we did later on last week. If you guys haven't seen that, maybe you can go back and check it out. But nonetheless, talked a lot about how this team is still relatively the same as it has been the last few years, other than a couple of players obviously that's not here anymore. One graduating from last year's team, and that was a very big one in Mallory Summers. But now you come back here in this 2021 season, and we're still a very well-oiled machine, especially offensively and defensively. You can kind of say the same thing. We were very, very good, I thought, last year. Inconsistent maybe at times, but really for the most part, we were a very consistent team. It was just trying to blend all the parts and put it all together on a consistent basis. But you really look at all spectrums and all avenues of the game, we're going to be tough to beat. And, now moving up to Class 3A, it's going to be a whole new ball game as well. And so I know we're eager to get tonight underway, see what the season holds, see what this team can do, because obviously we've seen what they can do the last couple years, but now you kind of bump it up a notch here a little bit, and these ladies also gain a lot of experience. Obviously they have the skill set, but now they have 2 years under their belt under now 30-year head coach Katie Weir and her coaching staff. It's nice to have all of them back as well, so it's nice to have familiar faces and knowing exactly, what you can get from one another, especially from a team standpoint here, what these ladies expect out of one another out there on the floor, each and every single point, each and every single ball game. And, like I said, you balance that out with a skill set, the coachability that they have, and then the overall experience that they've had the last couple years now, being back-to-back state runner-ups. Unfortunately, you didn't finish the job the last couple years, but the main thing is you got there, and it's a big accomplishment nonetheless. And so, you come into this season still with high expectations, obviously, but understanding the simple standpoint of this is a brand new year, a brand new opportunity, and anything's possible. And so you've got to set the tone early here with this ball game tonight. In which Delta, last year, a very young team, but they got a brand new coach coming in here this year in Kylie Johnson, formerly as Kylie Dorton. And, she's looking to make a big impact, not only from the coaching aspect of things, but this team in general is looking to make a big impact here and seeing what they can do. This is also a Delta team that, we'll see in county tournament, and they're in the same sectional as us up at Belmont. So we'll get definitely plenty of opportunity to take a look at this Delta team throughout the course of the year, much the same as they will us. And it should be a real good one here tonight, and we're expecting hopefully a pretty good crowd here as well as people continue to file in here throughout the night. But again, this is a varsity-only game here this evening. No junior varsity game. So varsity only, getting ready to start up here. About 6.5 minutes or so left on the scoreboard, and then I'll get things started. Of course, I'm the PA announcer. Those of you guys that followed along here with us throughout the years as well kind of know that. But I guess for any newcomers out there that's watched us for the first time, kind of bear with us a little bit with that. But like I said, we're excited. It's been 2 months, like I said, since we've broadcasted any sort of game. And it's nice to be back at it again here with this team, and we're really looking forward to what will hopefully be a mini championship kind of season here, and many as in a conference title, county title, sectionals, region, so on and so forth. There's a lot that plays in it, and we think that this team has definitely got the goods to get it done. And so, folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. Again, this has been our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, I provide consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a marketing plan that provides superior service to all of my clients without compromise. For any and all of your real estate needs, contact me, Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-749-4546.
All right, folks, welcome back again here to our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So again, we'll wrap up the preview show here with this again. A lot of the same faces as I've already alluded to this team. You still got Lauren Rich, coming back now as a sophomore, Reese Baker, Emily Stewart now as a senior. Also, you have Gracie Stanley, senior, defensiveman. And then, you have Briley Felton, big time right there. Ashton Zitgraff, Chloe Cook, Sophia Beeson coming in now as a freshman. Anna Buck, also a freshman. Macy Bowden, Cameron Wise. You have many aspects to this offensive firepower that I've already talked about. Then you also have Lauren Luce and Cadence Brewer back. So, again, a lot of these names returning. And so we're expecting, for us to continue to come out here. Obviously being familiar with one another, I think, is extremely important. And so I think that adds another level or another layer to our game. Being able to have that familiarity and to go along with everything else. And we're looking toward a great night here on the WHS Network. But again, this Delta team. Coming in here, we'll see what they've got here. Seems like a pretty well-coached team. I think we've seen a little bit towards the end of the year last year where they started playing some good volleyball, and so we wish all the best there to Delta throughout the ball game here tonight, and we'll see how she works out from here on out. But nonetheless, here, folks, we have about 2.5 minutes. I'll go ahead and run through my PA announcing information I got to talk about, and then run through the lineups, and then the national anthem. Then we'll get back on here. I'll run through the rosters here for both teams with all you guys, and then we'll get tonight's game started live right here on the WHS Network. So don't go anywhere. We've got more to come right here, right after these messages.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All righty, Raider Nation, welcome back live here on the WHS Network as we just about set to begin tonight's ball game. Again, we'll run through the rosters here in just a moment as Wapahani will be back to serve to open up this 2021 season. Reese Baker will get it over here for the Raiders, and that's going to sail out of bounds. So a 1-0 lead here for Delta, speaking of which. Back to serve here will be number 4, MJ Smith. As we'll take a look here at the roster, Mallory Robbins is number 1, Braylon Fleck number 2. Number 3 is Ellie Summers. Number 4, MJ Smith. Number 5, Kendra Kiesling. Number 6, Mabry Stebbins. Number 7, Olivia Mortz. Number 8, Gracie Gibson. Number 9, Addie Philippe. Number 10, Kamaya Murray. And number 12, Emily Reno. Again, the Eagles coached by Kylie Johnson, her first year as head coach, assisted by Haley Cross, Emily Hale, and Cameron Campbell. Dug out there by Stanley, set on the Wise on the slide. Yes! So a 2-1 lead here for the Eagles. Now is Macy Bowden will be back to serve here for Wapahani. So we now take a look here at your Wapahani Raider roster. We have number 1, Lauren Ritz. Number 2, Reese Baker. Number 3, Emily Stewart. Number 4, Gracie Stanley. Number 5, Briley Felt. Number 6, Ashton Zentgraf. Number 7, Chloe Cook. Number 8, Sophia Beeson. Number 9, Anna Buck. Number 11, Macy Bowden. Number 12, Cameron Wise. Number 13, Lauren Luce. And number 16, Cadence Brewer. Getting your Raiders coached by Katie Ware, assisted by Paige Williamson, Lindy Davis, Madison Mangus, and Caitlin Riddle. So again, that's what both teams look like right now, and so far so good here for Delta. Coming out here with a 4-1 lead to open up the ball game here tonight. Set on there to Felton, the old left-hander. Hit well out of bounds by number 12, Emily Reno. And so the Raiders will get back on the board. Now a 4-2 ball game. Chloe Cook now into the fold of things. Seeing her first action of the season. We'll have Cameron Wise back to serve. Nicely done right there. Set it right there, well far there in the back row. Bowden. This will set over the net. Set on up that time there to Reno, and it's going to be out of bounds. Point there for your Raiders. Again, we greatly appreciate you all for tuning in here for tonight's ball game. Greatly appreciate everyone and spending their Tuesday night with us here on the WHS Network to open up this season, and that's going to be an ace for Cameron Wise. And we're all tied up at 4. So again, Wise will still be back here to serve again momentarily. And a very nice crowd on hand. Nice to have a great student section here tonight for Wapahani. And that's some good old-fashioned stuffing. Lauren Rich with the mighty rejection. And the Raiders now with the lead for the first time this evening of 5-4. Right over the top of the net right there. Beautiful serve there from Wise. Bowden gets there. Baker sets it on to Cook. And they're saying that was going to be a 4-hit call here on Wapahani. As Delta will tie it up here at 5. Now number 5, Kendra Kiesling, will sub on to the floor here for the Eagles. As number 6, Ashton Zentgraf, sees her first action of the night here for the Raiders. Also now in for Delta, will be number 10, Kamaya Murray. So she'll be back to serve here in this tie game 5-5 here in set number 1 of the night. Zentgraf, Bowden, Felton. Nicely done right there as Murray gets the hands up right there. Very defensive dig right there as that one falls in for the Eagles to take a 6-5 lead. Handled there by Zentgraf off the serve. Set on to Rich. Kiesling gets it across, and a little miscommunication there by the Raiders. As the Eagles again climbs back on top here now by 2, 7-5 lead. Handled by Baker. Bowden on the Cook, bringing the hammer. 7-6. As we'll now see Emily Stewart now in the game here for your Raiders. Also Anna Buck coming in here for Lauren Rich. Again, Buck now seeing her first action. Varsity action, especially coming in here as a freshman. And the daughter of famous basketball announcer Jason Buck around here, good friend of ours. So 2-hit call right there, evens it up here at 7. Again, Stewart still back here to serve. Senior season here for Emily. Great to see her back out there, and hopefully will put a great season together here for herself. So that's going to be hit into the net there by Kiesling. As the Raiders now retake the lead here, 8-7. And a missile of a serve right there. Just out of bounds to tie it up here at 8. So now number 9 here for Delta, Addie Philippe will be back to serve. Again, Philippe, a freshman, 5'10" freshman. As that one be served into the net there for an error. And so let's see if the Raiders can get something going here. Generate a little bit of momentum here on their side. Got Briley Felton back to serve. Handled there by Murray. Bowden, Buck, yes! Big time right there. Buck letting it fly. Hammers it right on down. And the Raiders now take a 10-8 lead. Dug out there by Murray. They're off the serve. And that's going to be 4 hits here on Delta. So Felton still back to serve here. The Raiders have now rattled off 4 in a row. See if we can keep the line of movement here. Tipped over the net. There's Cook. Bowden digs out of the net. And the old broadcasting jinx. That's what I get for saying something. 11-9. Now your score, number 7, Olivia Morris back in the game and now back to serve. Handled by Baker. Bowden. Buck. Flected up there in the air now. Set on to Cook. And a nice hustle right there as Buck finally just gets a little bit of a tip over there. Kiesling off the fingertips there of Cook. As Kiesling will get the kill, get the Eagles another point here to make this 11-10. Handled by Zitgrant. Bowden on to Cook, yes! Quite the recipe right there for the Raiders. So we've got Cameron Wise now in. Gracie Stanley now in the game as well and is back to serve. Handled by Kiesling, set on. MJ Smith on the attack, and that was last touch there by the Raiders. And so a close one back and forth between Wapahani and Delta's number 2 Braylon Fleck and number 12 Emily Reno returned to the floor here for the Eagles. Fleck will be back to serve in his 12-11 first set action so far. And that's going to be well out of bounds. So serving error there for Fleck will tack another point there on the board here for Wapahani. Now a 13-11 lead. Lauren Rich will now come into the game. Also Reese Baker now serving here for your Raiders. Bandy right there, handled by Fleck, set up to Reno, and just in front of Stanley. And again, that's tough right there for any defender there in the back row. Be able to get that ball right there. That's where, when you're up on the net as a blocker, as a defender, got to kind of take some heat off of that ball a little bit, make it a little bit easier for our defensive back row to handle it. Set up there to Rich. Dangerously close right there to getting a two-hit call. Set to Wise, yes! Oh, heck yes! (14-12) Wapahani after the absolute thrashing there from Cameron Wise. Reno back on the attack, flecked it up in the air. Nice job there by Bowden, and the Raiders will get it over there. Reno back on the attack, little free ball action here for the Raiders. Bowden sets it back to Wise again, yes! Make it now 2 in a row for Wise. Set up beautifully there by Bowden. Great defensive work overall there for the Raiders. Giving them an opportunity to collect a point. Reno back on the attack. And just out of bounds. Great job there, not only from a court vision standpoint, but a communication standpoint there between Stanley and Baker. Realizing that ball was headed out of bounds. Bowden there with another fine serve, set up that time there to Gibson. And we're going to have a net violation here on Wapahani. And so the point will go to Delta, 16-13 now with number 1, Mallory Robbins, back to serve. Dug out by Gracie, set to Wise. Works out beautifully. A little bit of miscommunication right there, but still worked out well for Wapahani as they retake that 4-point lead. Chloe Cook returns to the floor. Cameron Wise now back to serve. And blocked there by Rich. He got it up there in the air enough there by Delta. Great job of staying with it. Now Felton with the left hand pushes that one out of bounds along the sideline as number 5, Kiesling, will return to the floor for Fleck. Also Murray in here for Delta. Returning now for Wapahani will be senior number 6, Ashton Zitgraf. So Murray back to serve, 17-14 Wapahani, set number 1 of the evening. Handled there by Cook, or rather mishandled, unfortunately. Baker, Bowden, Cook, hammer! Yes! I love bringing the excitement early here, folks. I don't get much better than this. So we got Anna Buck back in. Also Emily Stewart now in and back to serve. Handled by Murray. Set up. That is Smith on the attack as she hit that one square into the net. And obviously here, if you're a Wapahani fan, you'd love to see us go on a nice little run right here. See if we can close it out, or at least, relatively close out this game. Put a little bit more distance between you and the Eagles, as that one will be hit into the net by Kiesling. And that will force Delta to take their first timeout here of the evening, a 20-15 lead here for the Raiders. So while we got some time here, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. So first and foremost, again, we can't do what we do without our sponsors. So, we try to give them as much recognition as we possibly can because they do so much for us. So first and foremost, big special thanks here to Next Home Elite Real Estate. Their primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, Austin Rich provides a consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a market plan that provides superior service to all of his clients without compromise. For all of your real estate needs, contact Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-749-4546. So we'll get back to it here. Again, Emily Stewart back there to serve. Set up here to Kiesling. Great job right there defensively by Zittgraf. And that's going to be tipped out of bounds there by the Raiders. As Delta will get one back there, make this another 4-point lead again. Lauren Rich comes in there briefly, and then Baker comes in there for her. So we'll have Philippe back there to serve. And that will head on into the net. Another 3-point there for Wapahani. And you got to use this to your advantage right here and continue to ride some momentum. Got a nice 5-point lead, but definitely not comfortable by any means. The miscommunication. Murray, though, gets it over, set on the buck. That's going to be blocked by Kendra Kiesling here of Delta. So the Eagles will take that one again to get back within 4. Olivia Morris now in the game and back to serve. Also Fleck, I believe, came into the game. It was actually Gracie Gibson that came into the game there for Delta. Pardon me. Set to Buck. Tipped over. There's Zittgraf. Bowden just sets it right on over. And we're going to have a 2-hit call here on the Eagles. 22-17. Now Gracie Stanley and Cameron Wise will return to the floor here for Wapahani. Got Gracie back here to serve. The Raiders just 3 points away from an opening set victory to begin the season. Get the hands up in the air. Look at Baker flying through the air as usual. All started right there by Felton. But back on the prowl is the Eagles. Couldn't tell if that was Gibson that hit that or Philippe that hit that, but either way, Delta connects on the point. Braylon Fleck back in, and she is now back to serve. Served right there, recepted by Felton. Some miscommunication there by Delta, and they will get it over. Set on up to Wise. Yes. Wise with the kill. Now making this another 5-point lead here for the Raiders. Lauren Rich returns to the floor as well. And Reese Baker will be back to serve. And that was bad going right there, unfortunately, there for Philippe. Just kind of mishit it. And so here we are at set point here for Wapahani. 24-18, Baker serving here for your Raiders. And that's going to be an ace, and what a way to end the first set just like that. So Wapahani takes it in set number 1, 25-18. As they now take a 1-0 lead, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. And again, we'll be back here with set number 2 coming up live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here to our Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership game break. Again, in between sets right here. Again, a 25-18 first set victory here for your Wapahani Raiders. And really what was a close tested contest, throughout the first set right there. Very close. And I thought that both teams were definitely getting after it and trying to do everything they could right there to make that not only competitive, but, Delta, got to give them a lot of credit. They came right out of the chute, really good. I think they had about a 4 or 5-1 lead coming out of to begin the game. And, Wapahani kind of got their scruples together here, so to speak, kind of got back into the swing of things. And luckily it worked out for them. Towards the end of the ball game, there was able to space out a little bit more between them and Delta. But overall, very good first set here, really from both teams. And we'll see what set number 2 has in store for you all. Now, again, the Raiders will be back in action next Tuesday, so they'll have a week to kind of regather themselves, I guess, if you will. Still got practice and everything, but they will play again next Tuesday night for their first road game of the year and first conference game of the year, as they will be taking on the Blue River Vikings at Blue River come Tuesday night next week. Again, at least as far as I know of, there should be a JV and varsity game. And so, if we find out any other information about that, then obviously, we'll let you know. But as of right now, it looks like there should be a JV and a varsity game coming up next Tuesday. So we are waiting to see what's going on here. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure exactly what the holdup is. Okay, so I guess they needed a towel. That was the hold-up right there. And that towel ended up being a brand new sweatshirt of one of the the players here for Wapahani. I'll be darned. Well, I guess it needed washed anyway, so now it'll definitely need washed. Nonetheless, here we'll get at it here with set number 2 back to serve here for the Eagles, will be Braylon Flett. We've got a 1-0 lead so far here for Wapahani. Again, if you are just now joining us, the Raiders took set number 1, 25-18. And that was off the fingertips there of Delta, so a point there for the Raiders. Nicely done there by Bowden and Wise there on that connection. Lauren Rich now in the game. And Reese Baker back to serve. Set up there to Smith. Rich on the attack, and that's going to be blocked by number 8, Gracie Gibson. So that will tie things up here. Now number 7, Olivia Morris, returns to the floor for Delta. Now serving will be number 4, MJ Smith. Wise, Bowden, back to Wise, the old side. Beautifully done again. Wise with another kill. And the Raiders back on top here, 2-1. Macy Bowden now back to serve. And now a brief stoppage here, and looks like we're going to have a lineup check. So I guess while we got some time here, we'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here on the WHS Network. Big thanks to Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin, located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, you can contact them at 765-2800. 284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. Also, a big thanks to FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. So call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis, 765-748-1316. Again, that's FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. So again, they're still going through the lineups here, going through the lineup check. Obviously, I'm assuming it's here on Delta side because there was a brief dispute there between the players because I think one player was trying to motion to come in just before that last point was scored. And, of course, she didn't come in at the time, so I don't know if there was a mess up right there or what. So I guess we'll await the verdict here in just a moment. Okay, so I'm assuming, at least from what I kind of tell, I'm not the best of lip readers, but I'm not too bad. It looked like to me that she said that the lineup was set correctly, but thank you for checking. That's what she told the scorekeeper here for Wapahani. So we're all good, obviously. Reno hits that one into the net. Either that or Wise got a hand on it. Nonetheless, a point there for Wapahani. And it's now a 3-1 Raider lead. Handled by Fleck. Set on. Smith there on the attack. Baker gets there, and Stanley showing off the hustle, but can't get there in time, unfortunately, as the Eagles will collect on point number 2 here in the second set. Number 7, Olivia Morris. Back in for Delta. Now serving will be number 1, Mallory Robbins. Handled by Stanley. Bowden to Rich. And that's going to head on in there into the student section as they get to play some here tonight. So Rich collects on that one to make it a 4-2 Raider lead. Chloe Cook now back into the game, and Cameron Wise now serving. Tell you what, she had quite the deadly serve last year. I believe led the team, or was at least in the top 2 in serving aces throughout the course of the year. So that one falls in for Delta. Number 5, Kiesling and Murray back out onto the floor. Murray will now be back to serve. So 4-3 Wapahani, set number 2. Again, if you are just now joining us, thank you all for tuning in as Chloe Cook adds her stamp of approval here on that point to make it a 5-3 lead. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Year number 10 for us here on the WHS Network. Who would ever thought that one all these years later? It's great to be back at it here again tonight. Emily Stewart, they're back to serve, and that one will head on into the net. Now a 5-4 game as Philippe will head behind the service line. Lauren Rich comes in there briefly, then with Baker coming now into the game there for the back row. Mishandled, but nicely done there by Buck just to get the hand out there to help her teammate out. Kiesling on the attack, deflected up in the air. There's Bowden. Baker set on the Felton, the old left-hander. Tell you what, that was really way up there. Hit the ceiling of this gym, which that doesn't necessarily take a whole lot to do. But that was a big-time heavy hit there from Felton, making this now another 2-point Wapahani lead. Philippe gets over there. Kiesling now, Zitgraf, Bowden, Cook, and a 2-hit call here on Wapahani. You don't see that happen too many times here with Macy. He's usually right on the money at all times, but it happens to everybody. And a miscue there for Wapahani ties this game at 6 there after the ace from Olivia Morris. So again, she'll be behind the service line again. The Raiders have Felton, Baker, Zickgraf, Buck, Cook, and Bowden on the floor. Bowden now sets it on to Buck. Philippe gets there in time. Got bodies flying all over the floor there for Delta. Great hustle. Buck on the attack. Yes! Right there, and nice open space here on the floor. Nobody around. Worked out beautifully there. Great placement there by Anna Buck. Nice serve there from Stanley. Set on. Smith on the attack. That was deflected and blocked right there as the Raiders collect on another. I believe that block was again from Anna Buck. So back-to-back points. Set on Kiesling, deflected up in the air. Great job there by Wise to slow it down. Set on the Buck, a little missed timing. And that will cost the Raiders a point that time. Now Fleck will return to the floor, as well as Emily Reno for Delta. Got another close one so far through nearly a set and a half. Again, that first set was pretty close for a good majority of the game. And Anna Buck again. So in comes Lauren Rich. Baker behind the service line. It's a 9-7 Wapahani lead, set number 2. Set on up to Smith. Dug out by Felton, and again, Bowden really couldn't do a whole lot with that one. Tried to punch it over. But unfortunately couldn't get there in time, not to mention the fact that she was getting ready to be met there by Reno there on the other side of the net. Nice serve there from Smith. Shanked off to the left side there off of the hands there of Felton. So an ace for Smith. Tie game at 9. A lot better that time around. Set on the Rich, just a little too strong. And so that will now force head coach Katie Weir to take a timeout here for Wapahani. This is their first charge timeout here of the evening. Again, we would like to thank some more of our sponsors here tonight. One of our newest sponsors, let's send out a big thanks to them, and that's the Selma American Legion Post 437. They do a lot, not only in the community, but just a lot for others in general. Obviously located at 315 South Albany Street, downtown Selma, Indiana. Selma American Legion is made up of members that are currently serving or have served in the United States military honorably during any of the eligible wartime eras. Also, some other news here. They serve food daily. So also, you want to make sure and always get that in, because they have great specials going on down there all the time. But they always do, like I said, so much for us and showing our games on the TVs and stuff down there for people to come down and watch. And we greatly appreciate them. But, if you do get to go down there, watch a ball game, and then also grab you a bite to eat. Like I said, they have a variety of things. They're open daily. They're with different specials, tenderloins, cheeseburgers, you name it. They got quite a bit to offer. So again, greatly appreciate the Selma American Legion, Post 437. An 11-10 lead now for Wapahani. Again, after all my information there. And Rich on the attack. Unfortunately couldn't get that one over the net. And so we're squared up again here at 11. Morris back in for Delta. And Robbins will be back to serve. So on the Wise, blocked there by Reno. Bowden on to Felton. And I was saying that was deflected. They're off of the Eagles. So we'll take it. Got Cook back into the game. Cameron Wise back to serve. See if we can rattle off some points here. On a nice little 4 or 5 point run at least. Nice dig there from Bowden. Baker with a setup to Cook. Yes. Well-placed ball there from the Raiders. Again, Cook on the attack that time. Really hasn't played much of a key role so far here in this one tonight. As Wise will serve that one into the net. Ties it up here again now. Kiesling returns here for Delta as well as Murray. And for now, Wapahani is Zitgraf. And Murray will be back to serve. Tied at 13. A 1-set-to-none lead here for Wapahani. Handled by Baker. Bowden on to Cook. And that is blocked. Not sure who got a piece of that one. Felton this time, great vision. Left that back corner wide open, and she executed that to a T. So ties it up here at 14. We've got Anna Buck returning to the floor as well as Emily Stewart. Emily now back to serve here for the Raiders. Handled by Murray. Philippe set on the Kiesling and Stewart, or no, that wasn't Stewart, that was Zitgraf. That was unable to get there in time. So Philippe serving for Delta with a 15-14 lead. And another one this time sails out of bounds here on the right side here for Felton. Baker, Bowden on a Cook. Well, just a soft touch over the net there, but essentially did the job right there. Created some turmoil there on the defense from Delta. And that's going to be another point here for the Raiders off the kill from Briley Felton. So now let's see again here if we can, the Raiders can start to generate a little bit of momentum here on their side. And that's a little bit of a killer there, unfortunately, a service error. So Morris back to serve. Handled by Baker. Bowden on to Cook. And that will be a lift there on number 4, MJ Smith. Tried to do her best right there. I mean, that was hard-hitting ball coming right at you quickly, obviously, meeting her right there at the net. So 17-16. Again, we got Wise back in there. Stanley was back there to serve just a moment ago. Smith on the attack. Felton props it up there in the air. Now Buck gets a little something there on it. A little free ball action here for the Raiders. Let's see if we can do something with it. And Macy Bowden Again, nothing too fancy right there. Got it over the net, got it down in play, and completely confused the Delta defense. Didn't see it coming. Pushed it way to the back corner and out of bounds. Nice downward action there on that serve there from Stanley. Oh, wow! Bowden somehow gets it over. She was sitting there on the backside there on the floor. Philippe tips it over. Now Baker set on the buck. Philippe again got it over there for Delta. Set to Wise. Yes! Oh, heck yes! That was absolutely beautiful there from Wapahani. Absolutely no quit during that point here for your Raiders. So 19-17. Set up, Kiesling dug out there by Baker. Now Bowden on to Buck. As Robbins gets there to dig it out. Kiesling soft touch right there. Felton, now Wise gets called with a 2-hit. Of course, Wise doesn't have the expertise of setting the volleyball. Sure, could she make the pass? Sure she could. That's not something I'm sure that she does every day, logically. But unfortunate right there for Cameron and the Raiders, but 19-18 lead. We have Braylon Fleck as well as Emily Reno back in here for Delta. Then Fleck back to serve. And Bowden was met there by Reno. We're going to get Wapahani called with a lift. So now tied at 19. Back and forth we go. Baker. Bowden sets it on there to Buck, gets there in time. And that's going to land just out of bounds. So imagine right here, if Delta was to happen, to push this lead maybe out another point or another 2 points. Obviously, I would imagine probably right now would be a good time to take that timeout. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So again, the ace there from Fleck. It's a 2-point lead here as we'll head to the break here in our Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC game break. 19-21. There's Delta with a 2-point lead here as we head to the timeout. We'll step aside and we'll be back right after this message.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, folks, welcome back. And following the timeout, again, it's Braylon Fleck back to serve here for Delta. 2-point lead here for the Eagles. Again, just the passing has been a little bit of an issue now here of late. As Delta now with a 22-19 lead. I believe that's now 5 points in a row here from the Eagles. There by Baker. Bowden will set it on here to Wise. Definitely needed that one. And definitely the hot hand to go to here. Wise been a big threat as usual throughout the evening. And so we'll have Baker back here to serve, also Lauren Rich in here. Wise, Bowden, Stanley, and Felton. And angles that ball in there. I believe that was Smith on the attack that time for Delta. It's now a 3-point lead and only 2 more points to claim this second set. Handled by Stanley. Set to Wise. Oh, beautiful. Tell you what, Bowden really brought the nail as Wise hammered that one home. Goodness sakes. So we'll have Bowden back to serve. Philippe sets it up to Reno. Rich. Bowden now on to Felton. And another. As the Raiders have now trimmed it to 1. Mishandled there. Raiders have got a great chance. Back to Wise. And now the Eagles will take a timeout. Here's the Raiders have fought right back into this one. 3 consecutive put together. Ties it at 23. And again, we'll go ahead and stick with you right here during the timeout. Again, would like to send out a big thanks to Kenshaw Properties, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network, owned by Kendra and Shane Franks. Kenshaw Properties is a Muncie-based company that offers Ball State area rental homes. For more information, check out their website at kenshawproperties.com. Contact them at 765-356-1340. And that's a kill right there, number 8, Gracie Gibson on the attack. And so that sets it up here for set point here for Delta. We've got Mallory Robbins back to serve. Felton gets there. Now Wise gets it over the free ball action here for Delta. Oh, goodness sakes. Set up here, Reno on the attack, and that's in there, and that is going to take the second set here for Delta. So now tied at 1 set apiece. That's a big win right there for the Eagles. I mean, you know, back and forth, majority of the way through. You know, the Raiders haven't quite, again, been on their A game. Again, it's first game of the season, but had a rather, you know, pretty good first set victory there. But Delta, with short memory, came right back there in the second set and took it here from Wapahani. So a very, very big win there for the Eagles to tie this game up at 1 set apiece, 25-23. So we will go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. I have about 2 minutes or so until players need to be back out there on the floor, and we'll start the third set. So until then, again, we'll step aside, and we'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, I provide consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a marketing plan that provides superior service to all of my clients without compromise. For any and all of your real estate needs, contact me, Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-749-4546.
All right, welcome back again here, Raider Nation, live on the WHS Network from Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, if you are just now joining us, been a good one here so far, you could say. Wapahani took the first set 25-18, and then Delta answered back there with a 25-23 second set victory. So tied at one set apiece. Let's see how the Raiders respond here. You know, Delta, and both of these teams have been. It's been close. You know, same way was there in the first set. It was a very close first set, and then Wapahani was able to kind of space out a little bit there, maybe a little over midway or right about the midway point there in the first set. Had a 4 or 5 point lead. It would kind of stay right there generally for the most part. And then, again, right there towards the end, we was able to put a little bit more space in between us and them. But that second set, I think the biggest lead anybody had was a 3 point lead, maybe 3 or 4 point lead. And obviously, Delta ended up winning there by 2. But close sets, close games in which, brings that competitiveness out in all of us, not only the players and the coaches, but all of us, in the stands, and even myself and Redbeard. Redbeard over here, he's joshing himself up and down in anger, about lost his glasses and everything. Of course, if he was to do that, we wouldn't even be able to have a cameraman because he wouldn't be able to see anything. So that would be a situation. Nonetheless, been a fun game here so far. We'll see what this third set has in store as well. Again, they're getting the lineups all figured out here. Again, just another reminder, again, the Raiders will be back in action. Their second game of the season will be next Tuesday night. And they travel to Blue River. They're the first road game of the year and first MEC conference game of the year. So please join us there on Tuesday nights. Looking forward to a great one there from Blue River next week. And then also we have Westdale at Westdale on Thursday night of next week. And then we'll have the annual Wapahani Volleyball Invitational as well. I believe that is on the 28th, I think that's a Saturday. Nonetheless, we've got this third set underway here from Raider Gymnasium. Big thanks to all of you for tuning in. And so the Eagles get it over there. Great job right there, staying focused. Philippe set it up there. That was to Gibson just a moment ago. Lauren Rich on the attack. So the Raiders will get on the board first here in set number 3. Again, as I just said when we came back from break, it'll be interesting to see how the Raiders respond right here. Obviously, you got to have a short memory. And so far, so good here through the first couple points. Wise with the kill right there. Great job defensively there by the Raiders. That allows Bowden to set it up beautifully there for Cameron. Dug out by Smith. Philippe set it right back there to her. Quick reaction there from Bowden as Rich got a little bit underneath that one and sent that one flying a little bit. So 2-1 now, number 4. MJ Smith back to serve. Great job there by Bowden just to dig that one out of the net. And that worked out well. It didn't look like it was going to there at first. After the missed pass there from the Raiders. Bowden now serving, and that's going to head on to the net. So service there for Wapahani now makes this a 3-2 game here in set number 3. Morris will return to the floor, and Mallory Robbins will be back to serve as that will head out of bounds. So the Raiders and the Eagles in the giving mood here, trading points. Cook back out onto the floor. I can see her make a big impact here, along with the rest of her teammates here in this third set. Marino sends it there into the back row, handled there by Baker. Set on to Cook. Finds that back left corner. And was able to find some open real estate. So Wise again back to serve. Handled there by Robbins. Philippe set it up there to Morris momentarily. Baker on to Cook and blocked by Olivia Morris. So a couple substitutions first here for Delta. We'll have number 5, Kendra Kiesling, returning to the floor, as well as number 10, Kamaya Murray. Also now in for Wapahani will be Ashton Zitgraf. So Murray back to serve, 5-3 Wapahani, set number 3 of the evening. Getting right out here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here in Selma, Indiana. Felton on the attack right side. It's going to fall out of bounds. So again, the up referee looking there at the line judges to see if there was a tip or touch. No touch there from the Eagles. Set to Cook. Oh, yes! Bringing the thunder right there is Chloe Cook. Now in comes Anna Buck and Emily Stewart. Now Emily will be back to serve. Skipped over the top of the net right there. On to Morris, and again, just creating a little bit of that deception and mistiming there for any back row player. She went up to hit the ball, deflected right off the top of the net. Again, it sets all the timing off. You know, you start allowing your body to go forward, expecting to dig it out right there, and ends up coming up well short because of the mistiming. Really not a whole lot you can do about that for any back row player. Missed pass right there. Oh, there's Baker here setting it up beautifully. Set on the Buck. Oh, heck yes. So Anna Buck collects on the kill. The Raiders now with another 2-point lead, 7-5. If only we can push this a little bit further out. Give us a little bit more breathing room. Handled there by Murray. Set on Smith. Left side there. That's going to fall out of bounds. And again, great job right there by Reese Baker. Could she have made that play? Absolutely, but she recognized from the get-go that that ball was going to head out of bounds. Absolutely splendid job. So the timeout here from Delta. First timeout here in set number 3. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you. A couple other things wanted to make sure and share with all you fine folks out there in Raider Nation. The Selma American Legion Post 437, of course, I talked about them earlier. Again, located right there in the heart of downtown Selma here in Indiana. We have, they're having a hog roast and a car show on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Again, the hog roast will start at noon, and the car show will start at 3 p.m., and that will go until 7 p.m. To register, you can go to the Selma Legion on Facebook, or you can register there when you get there. The cost is $10. But it's going for a great cause. They do a wonderful job down there. So again, a hog roast and a car show, September 11th, down there at the Selma American Legion, Post 437. Philippe looked like she got away with maybe a 2-hit there potentially. Buck, soft touch over the net. Great hustle there from the Eagles. Tips over the net, and Wapahani won't get it over. Again, just a lot of moving parts in such a close proximity. And really didn't do a whole lot with it, unfortunately, as number 8, Gracie Gibson, will return to the floor here for the Eagles. Serving is Morris. And that's into the net. So another Point given here to Wapahani as Stanley and Wise will return to the floor here for the Raiders. (9-6) Raiders. Handled by Murray. Set up, Kiesling on the attack. Stanley gets there in time, and Wapahani will sneak it over after not necessarily a bad pass there from Stanley. It was just close to the net right there, and I don't even know if Macy even touched it. Delta was just kind of laying back there a little bit, seeing what was going to happen. Nice dig there from Felton, set on. Baker gets it over. And that's in there. Gracie Gibson on the attack that time for Delta. So now 10-7 Wapahani as Braylon Fleck and Emily Reno turn here for the Eagles. Handled by Baker. Bowden on a Wise. Robbins gets there in time. Tipped over there by Philippe. Another denial up there at the net from the Eagles. Buck trying to find that back corner. Felton gets there in time. Philippe now on to Reno. Baker lays out for it, and great hustle there from Felton and Stanley thereafter. But unfortunately will not be able to come away with anything there. So another point here for Delta. There after the attack there from Emily Reno. A sophomore here for Delta. Set to Wise. Too high, too strong, and out of bounds. So once again, here comes Delta. Then the Raiders had a 4-point lead, 10-6. And that's going to sail out of bounds. A serving error there for the Eagles. Tough break there for them, but great thing here for Wapahani. Let's see if we can get it back going again here. Lauren Rich back in here for the Raiders, and Baker serving. Well-placed ball right there. Then that ends up being an ace. And a little bit of a lack of communication there from Delta. Right there again to Fleck. Philippe sets it there to Reno and finds another way to sneak it in there. Just in front of the outstretched hands of Reese Baker. MJ Smith back behind the service line for Delta. Handled by Wise. There's Rich, and Baker will free ball action now for Delta. See if they make good of it, and they do. Reno again back on the attack. Tell you what, this Eagles team's really got some nice pieces here. You have Reno, I think it's really done a nice job. MJ Smith has been very potent up front there as well. Kiesling, Gibson. And they're saying that was last touched by Delta. So Wapahani will take the point right there, a much needed one. Philippe set it there to the back row there to Smith. Baker sets it to Rich. Reno again back on to Prowl. And another one that's in. The Raiders can't seem to stop that young lady right now. It's literally been a one-woman wrecking crew. So Robbins back to serve. Also, Olivia Morris back in here for Delta. Set on to Felton. Fleck there to dig it out. Set on Reno one more time, and that time it's going to be out of bounds. So the Raiders can kind of breathe a sigh of relief right there. She has been, literally a dominant force, especially here in this third set, but seen her quite a bit throughout the ball game here. Blocked by Rich. So Lauren there with the denial. Gives the Raiders now another 2-point lead. And there goes Reno again. So in will come Kendra Kiesling, as well as Kamaya Murray. Also for Wapahani, we'll have Ashton Zitgraf. Baker, Bowden to Felton. Again, that looked to have been tipped there by, I don't know which one that was. They're up on there on the net. And it just kind of caused some disruption there in the back row as far as who was going to go get the ball. Wasn't a whole lot of communication there after. Nice serve there from Emily. Set up there. Smith on the attack. Hits that one into the net. And so the Raiders now retake that 3-point lead. We can push the gas here a little bit more. Another nice serve. Kiesling back on the attack. Zitgraf nearly got there. Couldn't quite get the pancake. Get the hand down. The ball hits off the hand, flat there on the ground. Barely had it. Great hustle nonetheless. 17-15. And Philippe back to serve. Cook bringing it, but out of bounds. Missile of a serve, shanked right off the side of her arm. And so that ties it up here and will force the Raiders to take a timeout. Tied here at 17 here in set number 3, folks. We'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. We got more set number 3 action here live on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back. Again, it's going to be number 9, Addie Philippe. Back to serve here as the Eagles have tied it up here at 17. It's been a great one here tonight. Wapahani took first set 25-18. Delta then answered back, winning the second set 25-23. Set up, Cook on the attack, dug by Murray. Free ball though, here we go again. Cook back on the attack, and this time connects with a kill. So Briley Felton will be back to serve here in this tie game, late here in set number 3. Smith on the attack. Baker gets over there. Felton now on to Cook. Soft touch. Baker gets there again after the deflection there by Delta. Kiesling gets it across. Baker hustles over near the bench area. Smith blocked. Yes, that was Chloe Cook with the good old-fashioned stuffing that time around. And in the middle of all that, Anna Buck lost her shoe. So it looks like she's got it retied. And we're all ready to go again. 19-18 here at Wapahani in set number 3. Handled by Robbins. Mishandled, may I add, as Macy Bowden executes off of that to give Wapahani now a 2-point lead. And you can't let up right here. Delta has stayed right here in it. And yet again, you have a serving error right there. Costly errors that can keep a team around, especially late in the game. So crucial not to do that. Zitgraff, Bowden sets on up there on silver platter to Cook. And again, mishandled this time by Kiesling. And you got a screaming fastball coming at you quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's tough to make a split decision on what to do. You got Stanley back in here, also Wise. And that was set right over the net. Right in the middle of the floor as Delta gets it back within 1. Fleck and Reno back in the game. Not exactly a face you want to see here in this situation if you're Wapahani. Reno got a big impact, especially here in this third set. Baker, Bowden, and there's Reno right there, was anticipating that. Baker with another dig, set on the Buck. Yes! And a Buck finds the sideline as the Raiders push back in front by 2. So in comes Lauren Rich. Reese Baker behind the service line. Going to be shanked over to the right side. Smith gets there, and Delta will get it over, but out of bounds. Great hustle nonetheless there by the Eagles. But it all started there with a great serve and a timeout here from Delta, as the Raiders now lead at 23-20. Good. We'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. And as I mentioned so many times, we can't do what we do without them. So a special thanks here to the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. President Richard Morris and the Liberty Perry Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit the online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get any information and on any events and to purchase any Wapahani related items on their web store. For more information, you can check them out on Facebook. You can contact Richard Morris on there as well. So greatly appreciate Liberty Perry Alumni Association, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. The free ball action for the Raiders. Let's see if they use it. Bowden back to Wise again. Literally punished that volleyball right there. 24-20, set point, Wapahani. Tipped across there, Philippe. Keeping the Eagles in it here in set number 3. And that will now force Wapahani to take a quick timeout here as well. She's trying to get her point across. Nice little teaching lesson here. Again, a special thanks to everyone out there tuning in throughout the evening. Again, greatly appreciate you guys so much. Like I said earlier, this is year number 10 for us here for myself and Redbeard. What a 10 years it's been. Got to see a lot of really neat things. Got to experience a lot of championships. Just a great time throughout the last 9 years going into the 10th year, and we're hoping for another great year this year as well. So mishandled by Wise, then a little miscommunication thereafter. As Delta still clinging to life here in set number 3, 24-22. Still set point here for the Raiders. Handled there by Stanley. Here's Bowden, set on to Rich. Wise gets there. Now Bowden back to Rich one more time, and that will be the charm right there. As the Raiders will take set number 3, 25-22, to take a 2-1 lead here over the Delta Eagles. Such a crucial set. So that is very important here for Wapahani to be able to claim that third set victory here. Now in the driver's seat, but you can't ease off the pedal here. We've got to keep pushing forward here because this Delta team really has played some very good volleyball throughout the evening here. I mean, yeah, both teams have had their hiccups. Don't get me wrong, it's going to happen. But, I mean, really, Delta, I thought, has really played rather well. And, I think we have as well at times. It hasn't been a complete game for either side. But, again, it's first game of the year, kind of knocking the cobwebs off here a little bit in some ways. Just playing another opponent, just other than yourself in practice. So glad to see him have a 2-1 lead here. We'll see what set number 4 has in store for us here on the WHS Network. So don't go anywhere, folks. We have much more coming your way here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, I provide consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a marketing plan that provides superior service to all of my clients without compromise. For any and all of your real estate needs, contact me, Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate at 765-749-4546.
All right, folks, welcome back. Here's set number 4 upcoming here from Raider Gymnasium. Again, thank you all for tuning in here. Again, Wapahani with a 2-1 lead. If you are just now joining us, again, Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thank you for spending your Tuesday night here with us on the WHS Network. Great start right here, though, for your Raiders as Cameron Wise collects there on the kill. But, again, as I was just saying, Wapahani here with a 2-1 lead. Here's the Raiders took set number 1, 25-18. Delta answered back with a 25-23 second set victory. And then Wapahani was able to pull away there at the end as they come up there with a 25-22 third set win, which was extremely crucial. And there's going to be an ace again here, Reese Baker. The Ella's kind of come out a little bit sluggish here from a passing standpoint. Which really haven't seen a whole lot of here. They've been pretty well disciplined on the defensive side here. A little floater right there from Baker. On the attack and hit out of bounds. That was number 8, Gracie Gibson. And so this is the kind of start he was hoping for here for Wapahani. Even in that last set right there, I thought we got off to a pretty good start then too, but you'll come right out of the gate here, flying on all cylinders, get your opponent down early, and then keep them down. This Delta team, they're tough, real tough group. Like I said, I've been very impressed with the way they played. So a lot of credit to them so far, but this fourth set, not quite going exactly, I'm sure, how they would have drawn it up, but perfect here for Wapahani. They keep on rolling, again, applying pressure and showing them some different looks here from the offensive standpoint as that one's going to be blocked. I believe that was number 8, Gibson, there with a block that time around. So the Raiders, rattled off 5 right there to open up the fourth set here. Good start. Hopefully we can get that point back and rattle off a few more points in a row. So Smith there back to serve, handled by Felton. Bowden then on to Wise. Beautifully done. Again, a wide open area right there in the middle of the floor. Well executed ball from Cameron. And the Raiders back ahead here by 5, 6-1 with Macy Bowden now back to serve. Smith, little pay, and there's Reno striking again. Hey, what a force that young lady is going to be this season and throughout the rest of her career. I mean, goodness sakes, she's only a sophomore. And they will get it over. Nice job right there, not only by Bowden, but then to have Wise again close that fist and be able to kind of punch that one over. Block, but there's Baker keeping it alive. But now Felton back on the attack. Nice dig there from Fleck. And that looked to have been heading out of bounds. Baker, unfortunately, took that one on her own right there. Didn't work out too well that time. So 6-3 now. Again, Robbins serving for the Eagles. Baker, Bowden, Wise. Fleck gets it up in the air just enough. Oh, here we go. Setting it up. Felton right side here, and that was off of Reno and out of bounds. As nearly one of the assistant coaches here for Delta nearly took out the down referee down here, Mary Goff. Trying to get everybody on board to play here tonight. So 7-3. Have the kill there from Riley Felton. Soft touch there. Bowden gets there. Now Baker sets it up to Cook. And again, got a little bit underneath that one. Popped her up in the air and sent her along. 7-4 here as Kiesling and Murray turn to the floor. Now Zitgraf here for Wapahani. 7-4 Raiders, set number 4 of the night. Here's Cook again, blocked, kept alive, and the Raiders got away with a net violation there. The foot went across the line. Worked out well for us that time. You love the hustle nonetheless there from Baker. Again, yeah, she got away with one right there, but love the hustle. Fighting for every ball. 8-4 Raiders. Now Stewart back to serve. Also Anna Buck back in. Kiesling on the attack, off of the hands there of Macy Bowden and out of bounds. 8-5 now. And we'll see number 9, Addie Philippe, back to serve here for the Eagles. And into the net. So let's see if the Raiders can continue to make them pay right here. 9-5 lead. Set number 4. You're in the driver's seat. As I've said, now you just got to keep the foot on the pedal. Of course, that's going to be tough to do there for any back row player. Got to find some way to stop it, or at least slow that ball down a little bit. Morris back to serve, handled by Zitgraf. Bowden on a Cook right there in the middle, dug by Murray. Baker, Bowden on the Cook left side. A kill. And so in will come Gracie Stanley and Cameron Wise. It's a 10-6 lead here for the Raiders. Set number 4, again with a 2-1 lead. In this 2021 home and season opener. Bad pass right there as Wise was able to take advantage and give Wapahani now a 5-point lead. Felton there with a dig. Bowden set on the Buck. Tell you what, she's had a real nice game here for herself as well. Coming in here as a freshman, seeing some very valuable playing time and really putting on a great performance here for herself and the team. So a 12-6 Wapahani lead here is Delta, again with a timeout. Again, just another few reminders here, as I mentioned earlier. You can see your Raiders back in action next Tuesday nights. We're traveling to Blue River to take on the Vikings. We have 6 p.m. start time, at least from what I know of. It should be a JV start time of 6 o'clock, varsity game to follow. If something changes, we'll make sure to let you all know. And then also next week, next Thursday, I believe, we will have Wapahani at Westdale. That'll be next Thursday, the 26th. And then Saturday, the 28th, will be the annual Wapahani Volleyball Invitational. Always some pretty good competition there in that as well. So great games coming up here to start this 2021 season. Set on there to Gibson, dug out. Buck back on the attack again, and the youngsters really are starting to have the most impact here in the game tonight. You have Reno there for Delta and Buck here for Wapahani. And obviously, you have Cameron Wise and Rich has done a nice job. Cook. Everybody, Felton's done real nice up front there. Ball got caught up here in the rafters and threw off the timing here. And so, again, this is the largest lead of the night for either team. Set up, Kiesling back on the attack. Nice dig there from Felton as Baker will get it across. Free ball action for Delta. Kiesling on the attack, blocked by Wise. And the Raiders now lead it by 9. Murray there to receive that serve. There's Stanley, Bowden, Wise, back corner. Beautifully placed. And the Raiders lead it by 10. Well executed ball there from Wapahani. Nice short serve right there, and Stanley lands it in there with an ace. I believe that is her first of the night. As we'll see, number 3, Ellie Summers, now in the game here for Delta. Handled by Robbins. Philippe there to Smith. Bowden back to Wise again. This time a little too long. Right idea. Unfortunately didn't come to fruition that time around. And so Fleck and Reno will return to the rotation here for Delta. Getting down by 10 here in the fourth set. Right back to Wise, and it's kind of a bad setup there. Bowden sent it, I think, maybe a little too long, and it's a little bit of a missed timing there. Baker, Bowden, Wise. Right there to dig it out. Reno on the attack. Blocked again by Cameron Wise. Being a force in every way possible, not only offensively but defensively with the block. Reno back on the attack, sends that one long, no touch. And I guess there was a touch. So 18-9. Stanley there to receive that serve, set to Wise, and that was an absolute missile. First you seen it, now you don't. And so another timeout here from Delta. That will be their second charge timeout here in the fourth set, so they will have none left. So a big night here from Raider Gymnasium again, really kind of essentially kicking off fall sports, even though some fall sports have already began. I know the Wapahani girls golf team, they've had, I think, 4 or 5 matches. They just had, I believe, County this past weekend, finishing 4th in that. But a lot going on, you know. Boys soccer started this evening. They'll be back at it on Thursday night, which we potentially might come to that game. I know there was rain in the forecast, so we'll kind of see how things go with that. We might go out there and broadcast a soccer game potentially Thursday. We'll kind of let everybody know on that one as well. As Felton again shoots that one a little too long. But rather, they're going to say there was a touch by Delta. Again, everything happened so fast, I really couldn't tell. But the referee did call it there, so it's 20-9 Wapahani. As Bowden will leave that one a little short. So back in comes Mallory Robbins to serve. Handled by Stanley, set to Wise, and that's going to be deflected out of bounds there off of Delta. as the Raiders continue to take a commanding lead now, 21-10. We got Chloe Cook back in, Cameron Wise back to serve. Got quite the offense right here. Baker on to Cook. Let it eat right there is Reno. Has that one skip right off her arm and out of bounds. Another kill for Chloe. And there's an ace for Cameron Wise. And now the Raiders just 2 points away from a 4-set victory over Delta here tonight. Great job of staying with it. Tipped across there by Rich. Close there to the net, and Reno unable to get to it to get anything up and over. And so here we are at match point. Wapahani 24, Delta 10 here in the fourth. Obviously, the first 3 sets were a lot closer, but the Raiders have kicked it into high gear, and I mean quickly from the very get-go here in the fourth. Set on to Reno. There's Bowden. Baker will set it on up here. Cook. Soft touch there, dug by Smith, and some miscommunication will end it here tonight as your Wapahani Raiders defeat the Delta Eagles 3-1. Great ball game here tonight. Again, both sides highly competitive. Delta really played a pretty good game, at least through the first 3 sets. 4th set obviously went a little haywire for them. But Wapahani kind of withstood the test there from Delta that they kind of showcased here this evening, and the Raiders didn't give in. They had a little bit of a rough patch there in that second set right there towards the end. They was right there. They was tied there in the closing moments, and then end up losing the set there 25-23, but still very, very competitive, very intriguing to watch, to come out here, first game of the season, put on a great performance here for themselves. Now, sure, will there be things that they've got to work on? Absolutely. Both teams do. And you can say that even at the end of the year. There's always something to work on. You're never a complete package. There's always something that you can do better. But I thought overall Wapahani came out here. They obviously won the game, so that's great. That's what you're looking to do. But not only that, you're looking to come out here and play as great as you possibly can. And they got the W here tonight, and they played well. Wouldn't say they played great, but I thought they played well. The 4th set, though, was a lot more like it, I think, from everybody's standards. More importantly, I think their own standards. I don't think that they quite, had it going on the first 3 sets quite like that they normally would. But 4th set, they came out there, like I said, from the start, got off to a great start early there. I think got out to like a 5-0 lead, then pushed that lead even further, and obviously ended up going on to a 15-point victory there in the 4th set. So a great night overall here for your Raiders, and hopefully this will kind of catapult them into great things throughout the season here. Big matchup coming up next Tuesday night at Blue River. So we'll be talking about that, all that, and more here in our Raiders Live post-game show. So stick around here with us. We'll recap this one here tonight, talk about some upcoming broadcasts, and much more. So again, stay right here with us. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
You know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be. 'Cause 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 'cause
greatly appreciated. Baker here for three, knocks it off pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball, center field. That's going to get off. Willman with a double and scored, and that's a deep fly ball left field, and it's going to be gone. All right, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network here with our Raiders Live post-game show, again presented by Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, again a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. Great victory here tonight for Wapahani. Again, first game, get it out of the way. Obviously, it wasn't flawless, but I thought we played pretty good. You got to be, positive, I think, and there's definitely a lot of things to be positive about. I thought we came out here and did what we had to do, got the job done, got the win, and moving on now to 1-0 on the season, and looking forward to next Tuesday night's game at Blue River. But I think that coming out here, setting tone early, it was kind of a close one majority of the evening. It was really kind of hard for either team to really get anything going, to get any kind of rhythm and momentum going in the right direction. And, it was just kind of, back and forth. And, it kind of made it fun, to be honest with you. It was obviously competitive. And it made it very interesting as the game continued to go along, that it was close and that anything could potentially happen there. And even in that first set, it was close a good majority of the whole entire way through until maybe about the midway point. And that's when the Raiders kind of spaced it out a little bit more. Got, I think, right around a 4, maybe 5-point lead, and then spaced it out right there at the end to claim that 7-point first set victory. But then, second set, it was back and forth all the way. It was, really neither team had much breathing room. I think the most that, one of the teams led by, I think, was 3. So it wasn't a very big margin, but it made it fun. And, these two teams continue to go at it. Delta responded there, but then so did the Raiders, coming back there with a good third set and a quite dominating fourth set right there to end it here tonight from Raider Gymnasium. So congratulations there to the Raiders getting the season started off on the right note. Again, had congratulations there to head coach Katie Weir and her coaching staff on a successful evening. And like I said, they'll be getting back at it next Tuesday night, traveling to Blue River for the first road game of the year and first MEC conference game of the year. And then also next Thursday, they will be traveling to Westdale to take on the Warriors, which the Warriors are ranked, I believe, number 7 or number 8 in Class 1A. So, you got some, pretty good competition right there. Looking forward to that one coming up again next Thursday, and then the Wapahani Invitational on Saturday, August the 28th. So, again, those are some upcoming games to look forward to. If you haven't seen our Raider Sports Report, make sure to do so. We broke down the schedule and what that all looks like, so you can take a look a lot closer to that on the Raider Sports Report. Again, that is on our YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. But again, we'll try to let everyone know we was thinking about potentially broadcasting the boys soccer game Thursday night. I'm not quite sure if we'll or not yet. We'll just kind of have to wait and see, especially weather-wise. Now, obviously, they can still play in the rain, but we're not quite sure yet if we're going to sit outside or do it in the press box, to be quite frank, because when we broadcast from the press box, the windows interfere with our cameras, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to broadcast some of the games out there. But nonetheless, we'll make sure and let everyone know. But thank you again so very much for tuning in tonight, giving us a little bit of time here on your Tuesday evening, and spending some time here with us watching some Wapahani Raider volleyball. And make sure to tune in all year long, not only for volleyball, but all these other sports that we cover throughout the course of the year. It means a great deal to us, and more importantly, means a great deal to all these wonderful student athletes and and the parents and all you fans out there. It's a great deal. So thanks again for watching. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, also Jones Auto Body, Next Home Elite Real Estate, Kenshaw Properties, East Jackson Auto Sales, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, the Liberty Perry Alumni Association, Care J. Wolf, DDS PC, and Selma American Legion Post 437, all proud sponsors of the WHS Network. So, folks, until next time, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night from Raider Gymnasium.